Here we are. Holy moly.
Wow, we are live.
We are live. How you doing?
Good, Mike.
It's good to see you. We're not social distancing. Welcome, and thanks for watching so far. It's been a great week. Tomorrow night on the show, we got Brad Pitt, Ellen DeGeneres, and Lizzo will be performing. You don't want to miss that one. But first, tonight, we have a fantastic show. I'm kidding, you know that.
So Lizzo's not really
No,
coming
we're
on
going
the
to do
show
this
next Friday.
once a week, I think. But first, tonight, we have a fantastic show. We're excited to have him on. He's a good friend. He is the New York Yankees clubhouse reporter and an author of a great book called Mission 27. Bryan Hoch will be here tonight.
Bryan Hoch, yes.
Also, two of my favorite people in the whole world from the Sugar Hill Gang, Wonder Mike and Wonderflo will be here tonight. And then also a special treat we have later tonight, Adam, comedian Bobby Collins will be here.
Bobby Collins.
Bobby Collins is here tonight.
That's great.
I want to thank DJ Expert Live Studios for sponsoring this tonight. That's DJ Mike West. Can't thank him enough. Of course, Adam at AJH Entertainment. Thank you for helping to put this together. And we have some sponsors. This is kind of cool. We have Trading Post Jerky. This is Trading Post Jerky, free online shipping. Use code MARKET. TradingPostJerky.com. And you can try all this stuff out. I got teriyaki, applewood smoked style. I don't know what I have here. We're going to eat this tonight because I'm starving. Sea salt and honey. And you want to try some of this?
Yeah, let's try it.
Maybe just check it out.
What do you got there?
This is the teriyaki, and I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
I don't want to unsocial distance here. We'll be in trouble.
That's a
How
huge
is it?
piece. Well, I haven't even eaten it.
Tell
You're
me how it
asking
is.
All right.
What do you think?
This is delicious.
All right, I'll munch on it.
What's really good about this whole jerky is we're all in quarantine, and if we run out of food, Trading Post can send you as much jerky as possible.
We can survive on beef jerky.
Survive on beef jerky. And they also have jerky bacon. You see that?
Yeah, what is that? Carne asada, sea salt and honey. We want to thank Trading Post Jerky for sponsoring our show tonight.
Thank you.
I'm going to eat this all night. I'm going to be stuffed, but thank you because I'm starving. So what have you been up to?
Mike, I had a terrible night last night. Or not last night, 2 nights ago.
I heard about this.
So I was sleeping 12 a.m. I wake up, my right side of my body is killing me. I mean, severe pain, severe pain. I was keeling over in pain. I woke up my wife, Denise. It's just terrible. I didn't even know. Maybe I have coronavirus. Do I have COVID? I don't know.
It's COVID. It's COVID, not
COVID.
COVID. It's COVID. COVID.
It's COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, not COVID.
Yeah, you added an O, but that's okay.
It's COVID. COVID.
It's
18.
COVID, not COVID. It's COVID, and it's 19, but thank you.
Well,
You added the wrong year. Yeah. All right,
So I don't know what's going on. Terrified. I know what's happening in hospitals. You have to go to hospitals alone. I didn't want to go by myself. I'm crying like a baby. Didn't want to go. Called the ambulance. The ambulance took me to Central State Hospital. I blanked out, had no idea what was going on because I was in so much pain. Doctor comes in, shoots me up with some medicine. Pain goes away, and he says, "Adam, you have..." What do I have? Well, you have a kidney stone.
Could you drag that any longer out for the audience?
I wanted people to feel like they were feeling
having the kidney stone with
you.
you. Did you pass the kidney stone?
I passed the kidney stone, and it's actually right on my shelf in the strainer. And
How big was the kidney stone?
It was actually the size of like rice, a little piece of rice.
Okay.
And
I've heard people tell me this before, and it's painful.
It's really painful.
Well, I'm glad you're well, and I'm glad you don't have coronavirus yet.
Excuse me.
We're social distancing here, so
right here.
We're good. If anybody, we're actually in 2 separate studios. No one has a clue where we are, which is fun.
We just took this.
And don't yell at us.
This beef jerky is amazing.
I have a note here. I have to give a shout out to our producer, Mike. Mike, do you have this photo? I have to shout out to Lance the Dance, who's turning 5 today. You have this, Mike? There he is. There's Lance. There's Lance the Dance is what I call him. Happy birthday, Lance.
There he is.
We're used to doing this, by the way, in front of an entire studio with 400 people. But because we're all in quarantine, we're trying this a little different. So we hope you guys can enjoy this and have some fun with us. We got some really cool guests tonight, as you all know. And I know Lance is watching as 5. You can tell he's a crazy kid. Yeah.
Mike,
Maybe we
you
could get a better picture next time.
Yeah.
But happy
Mike,
birthday, Lance.
you asked me what I've been up to. I was severely in pain with my kidney stone. What have you been doing? You're a busy guy. How you don't social distance at all? Probably you don't. You're a social guy. You can't.
No, well, we've been busy working with the medical stuff that we do and helping patients out, kind of get through this crisis. But it's the fun stuff that I miss. It's Hometown Heroes. We usually do at least 2 of these a year, live in a studio with 400 folks that we mentioned before. Don Picardo is chiming in. Hi, Don. He's somebody that's worked with us for many years. But I miss doing this. I miss doing comedy. I miss getting up on a stage and actually talking to people. So this is fun to interact at least here.
And if nobody knows in our studio audience at home, virtually, Mike does stand-up comedy. He's a funny guy. You should see him. Susie Yango is our friend. And
Susie's watching.
She's watching, and she runs Catch a Rising Star in Princeton. I went to go and see Anthony Rodeo. Is that how you say it?
Anthony Rodeo, yeah.
Yeah, he was amazing. And
Anthony's great.
Susie does an amazing job at Catch a Rising Star, and that's Bobby Collins. We got him tonight.
Every comic that Susie has at Catch a Rising Star is fantastic. Susie actually owns Catch a Rising Star. It's been around since 1972. Rick Newman started that in New York City. If you ever want to come out, Princeton, Susie has a permanent room in Princeton. You can see comedy, I would say, every weekend, but we don't know when we're going to be back to normal. So,
are they doing comedy like virtually like this?
No, nobody does. Comedy virtually is kind of I mean, I don't know. I guess we're trying to do comedy virtually, but we don't have a studio audience. You do have the laugh button.
Well, hold on.
That helps. That helps a little bit. So, yeah, now, and I want to just really mention to Adam, because Adam owns AJH Entertainment and, of course, DJ Mike West. These are the folks that are all out of work because, these guys do weddings and bar mitzvahs and clubs. Yeah, I know, boo. Don't boo me. I'm just delivering the message here, but thanks. It's going to make everybody at home think everybody hates us. No. These are the folks that are out of work. It affects everybody. And, we were just talking about this a little while ago. I was talking to Mike about this. But, when we decide to come back out into society and mingle again, when are we okay to see more than 25 people, 50 people, 150 people? I don't know when you could do another wedding. So I really feel for your businesses right now. I know they're suffering.
It's hard right now. Just in this started in March, April, we're rescheduling for May, and we're hitting June right now, and I'm up to like 55 rescheduled events. Thank God that nobody has really canceled events. Mostly the canceled events are school events like proms and socials and everything like that, because the school year, we don't know where it's going to go. So Old Bridge High School hit me up yesterday through email. And I think it's such an amazing thing that they're doing. They really want these kids to enjoy their senior year and have an amazing time. So what they're doing is that they're doing a prom summer bash. So hopefully if we're back to normal, these kids are going to have their prom in August.
Okay.
And I encourage schools to do that. A memory that I have, you've been to prom?
Sure.
Yeah. Last week, Mike was at prom. Yeah.
I didn't go to my prom, but...
Oh, well. Maybe you can come to my prom. Be
Maybe
like
I'll
a
go to your
bouncer,
prom.
chaperone.
Sure.
A little chaperone.
I'll DJ. You got the setup over there.
Right over here. We're hoping that events start coming up again, and we're able to party, and we'll see you on the dance floor. So, I miss it. I really do. We see DJs all around the country, locally, DJing in their garages, in their bedrooms, everywhere. So. Talent has come out of nowhere. You have the great guys. You have guys like Jazzy Jeff and,
Jazzy
Tiesto.
Jeff.
And,
you mean like from DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince?
Yes. He actually was suffering with some sickness.
He's still alive?
He's still alive, and he's kicking. So,
Does he still have the hair thing going on?
He's a little minimal. There's no like fro or anything going on, but every DJ around the country, they're going live, showing their talents. Music is love, and music heals. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to talk to all my clients, and I think it's just an amazing thing. DJs ask a lot of money for their events, but everybody's DJing for free, and hopefully the market can get back to where it was.
Well, I'm just messing around with you, but I do feel for you. You've been a good friend, and I appreciate you guys doing this with us. We're going to have a good time tonight, and the format's going to be, we're going to try and do this every Friday. We have some really cool guests, too. It's not just, I've seen a lot of shows on the internet. Some are good.
Yeah.
And some are just kind of... Yeah, passe. Yeah, I'll say that. That's fine. So we're going to do this the right way. We have some good guests on tonight,
We do.
and we're going to bring in our first guest right now.
Okay.
Because I don't want to hold him up anymore, and I want to get the audience into this a little bit. Our first guest is a very good friend of mine and Adam's. He is the MLB reporter for the New York Yankees, and since everyone is craving sports right now, especially me, I'm a huge baseball fan, we want to talk to Bryan Hoch and find out what's going on. Can we get Bryan Hoch? Is he available?
Let's see if Bryan is available.
Now, let's hope this works the right way. Mike,
All right.
DJ Mike West? You can shout. He's giving me the thumbs up. So we'll have Bryan in a second. But Bryan's got 2 books out. He's got a book out called.
Hey, there's Bryan.
Bryan's got 2 books out: Mission 27 and Baby Bombers. And Bryan's been a great friend to Hometown Heroes, hometown hero himself. He is from New Jersey. And where'd he go? He was just there, and now he's disappeared again. We're recalling it. All right, we're gonna get Bryan back in a second.
This is our first show.
First
There's
show,
a little
challenges.
technical difficulties. Don't.
There he is. There he is.
Here I am.
Hey, Bryan.
How are you? What's going on,
I'm
guys?
great. Why are you still in Tampa and not back home with us here in New Jersey?
Well, when baseball paused, initially we thought that this was just going to be 2 or 3 weeks, right? And so we didn't really see the rush to head back up. And as this is going on, obviously that's not going to be the case. But I do feel that when baseball does begin, it will begin here in Florida and not in New York City. I know everybody's going through a tough time up there. I just can't imagine Yankee Stadium or Citi Field being ready for quite some time. And I'm hoping there will be some kind of baseball season. And if so, at least I'll have boots on the ground here ready to go.
Well, it's funny you said Florida because we've been hearing the last week or so that they were talking about Arizona as a compromise. Can you expound on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a multiple ideas out there. The problem is this is really beyond Major League Baseball. It's between me or you. It's beyond me or you. It's really at the federal government, the state, local levels. We don't know when baseball will be ready. We don't know when it'll be safe to have guys in clubhouses congregating in competition on the field, to have players, umpires, front office people all congregating, not to mention fans in the stands. So I think Major League Baseball is doing whatever they can to have games. I think we need games at some point here, but obviously public safety is the prime consideration. And so I think the Arizona plan is one idea that was out there. Another one that came out today was the idea of teams just going back to the spring training site. So for the Yankees, that would be here in Tampa. For the Mets, it would be Port St. Lucie, and maybe you just kind of do away with the leagues and have some kind of special season where you have competition, but at least it would give people something to watch with no fans in the stands. So I think, look, baseball wants to have games. The players want to play games. I, as a reporter, I want to cover games, but the question is, when is it going to be safe to do so? And I think that's the question none of us can answer right now.
Do you think that works? Because, part of Major League Baseball is they make a lot of money off the television rights. So if they did that with no fans in the stand, I guess they could feasibly play at Steinbrenner Field, right?
Yeah. I mean, they do it during spring training. I mean, they have, 15, 16 games there during a spring, and they're televised back to New York. Obviously, this is going to be a much different season than anything any of us have ever seen before. But I think the reality of it is, all right, are we willing to compromise and see games played in alternate locations, or is it just better to have no season at all? And I think everybody around baseball, or at least the majority of people around baseball, want to have a season. They want to have some games. I think they're following the lead of some other leagues. Look, the NBA was in the middle of their season. The NHL, same thing, and they haven't figured out a way to get started again. Baseball is, I guess, fortunate in some way in that they hadn't started yet. Now they have some flexibility to figure out what the best way to go forward is, but we're very much dealing with the unknown. I mean, nobody's been through this before, so there's really no playbook, and that's what I keep hearing when I talk to the Yankees manager, Aaron Boone, the pitching coach, Matt Blake. It's kind of like we don't know how to go through this. We're just kind of figuring out as we go because nobody's ever done it before.
And, Bryan, how did the Yankees look in spring training?
They look great. I mean, I was excited to see Garrett Cole. He would have been online to make that opening day start on March 26th in Baltimore. I guess the silver lining from the Yankees' perspective is they were getting hit with injuries again early in this spring training. And so the silver lining, I guess, if you can call it that, is whenever baseball does start, they'll have opening day, and they should have guys back healthy. You know, Giancarlo Stanton would be ready probably right about now. James Paxton would be ready in about 2 or 3 weeks, and then Aaron Judge is coming up right behind him. So whether we're talking about June 1st, July 1st, later than that, the Yankees should have a full complement of guys ready to go for opening day.
I have a theory about that, Brian, and I want you to now hear me out on this, okay?
Okay.
My theory is that I know Aaron Judge had a pectoral muscle issue. My theory is that Aaron Judge created this coronavirus so he could get healthy and play a full season.
I doubt that very much.
He's not patient zero?
Is there a way I could be more than 100% sure of this? Yeah.
I was trying to start that rumor, but it didn't seem to take off. I just figured I'd...
Weird how that happens, Mike. Yeah. I doubt it very much. But, I got to talk to Judge recently, and like he said, you don't want to call this a silver lining, but for him personally, it is. He's still one of the few guys who's down here working out every day. He, Stanton, Luis Severino, they're able to continue using Steinbrenner Field. A lot of the guys said they wanted to stay here. They voted unanimously to stay.
I remember that.
And once it became clear this was going to be more than 2 or 3 weeks, they decided, all right, maybe it's time to go home. And so it's kind of, maybe 5 or 6 guys are still here in Tampa. The rest of the players have gone home.
Brian, so you're in Tampa. Are you with your family? Are you alone? How's like staying in the area and within the whole virus going on within Tampa, Florida?
I am here with my wife, my 2 daughters. They're here with me. That's part of the reason why we stayed. We just figured why pack up and head north to where things are arguably worse. I think that, look, we're all going to get hit with this. I think that no place is absolutely safe, but we felt safer, I guess, being in the same apartment where we've been since the first week of February. At least we knew everything that was in here was clean and not kind of relocating and having to drive north and head gas stations and whatnot. And so I think that was the right move for us. Down here, I feel like Florida might have been 2 or 3 weeks behind you guys up there, in that we didn't hear much about it. I mean, even when New York City was starting to get hit, we were in this happy, sunny little spring training bubble. I'm sure you guys saw the pictures of Clearwater Beach was filled with spring breakers. We were kind of ripping our hair out. Not that I have any to rip out, but I was kind of like, what are they doing? Close the beaches. What's going on down here? And even once in a while, after the beaches finally closed, we went out for drives, and people are having barbecues out on the causeway on the side of the road. It's kind of like, I don't think you guys are taking this as seriously as it needs to be taken. And so, Florida's very much a party state, and I think that that's part of the problem. But we've been doing our part, staying local, laying low here, and just kind of trying to ride this thing out.
Well, I want you to know, I did not blow you off for dinner. As a matter of fact, I had my trip booked for Tampa, and that weekend is the weekend that they stopped all spring training games. I was looking forward to a nice steak with Bryan, come see a couple games. Because, Brian, the last actual tournament, games that counted, were the ones that I played at Yankee Fantasy Camp this year.
That's right. And how did you do in those?
I did okay. I got a few hits per game until I flew out against my buddy Ramiro Mendoza in the Greats game. But other than that, I had a nice time, and we're the last games that actually counted at Steinbrenner Field. So
what a great story! Yeah, no, I felt your greatness when I was there covering the spring training games, which did not count. Your games obviously counted much more. And, a lot of players were talking about you too. I mean, Reggie Jackson was there, Andy Pettit. They were saying like, "Oh man, this guy Mike Schwartz, like you had to see him." Nick Swisher came up and was talking about that. You definitely left an impression at Steinbrenner Field.
We had 2 guys on our team. I'll give them a shout out, the Segalski brothers, who everyone thought were like 25, but they're in their 40s and they look like they're kids. And these guys could just kill it. And one of the brothers, by the way, is a emergency room doctor at Hackensack University Hospital up in New York, and he's been dealing with this nonstop. So I'll give a shout out to Greg Segalski and Eric Segalski in case they see this video. They're great teammates, and we appreciate everything Greg is doing. But we're looking to come back down there again next year, and I wanted to drag you. I know you've been to it twice, but I'm looking to drag you. Will you come back again?
Will I unretire? You know, the problem is every time I set foot on a baseball field, I get carted off of it. So I am very much a 38-year-old injury-prone DH. You guys remember Nick Johnson? He had like a world of talent. He was supposed to be the next Yankee great first baseman and just couldn't stay on the field. I think I'm following his career path. But for you, I will come back. Yeah,
all right.
I'm
going to hold you to that.
For you.
Well, Mike, it's a good thing because maybe if he does get hurt, we'll have another thing to bring him back for the next Hometown Heroes show. To show a picture of it, and then we can talk about that.
We love Bryan. Bryan's one of the nicest guys in the world. And by the way, please give my say hello to Connie and the kids. Connie couldn't have been more gracious when you came up. Is the book doing well?
It's doing great. I mean, you know, I hate to say it, but people are starved for baseball more now than ever, and so. Without actual games happening on the field, it's a perfect time to kind of dig back in the past. And I think, you know, Mark and I, obviously, we couldn't have seen this coming. Mark Feinstein and I, who wrote this book about the 2009 Yankees 10 years later. But I think it's a perfect time now to go back to happier times, a time when the city of New York was on top, a time when the New York Yankees were on top, the opening of the new Yankee Stadium, and really talk to the entire cast of characters from that team. Have some great stories to tell in that book, and it was just a fun time to be around the Yankees and to be around New York City. So if it brings some sunshine into what is a very dark time in the tri-state area, I mean, you know, that's great. Yeah. And so I think
Bryan, one thing,
we all want baseball back sooner.
Absolutely, we all do. One thing before you leave, and you know, we move on. And do baseball players eat beef jerky?
I don't know about baseball players, but I do.
You do.
I love it.
We're going to send you some beef jerky. We have our sponsor, Trading Post Jerky. Just we'll talk to you. And
well, wait, I can mail that down to Bryan. And what kind is that?
This is sea salt and honey.
You like sea salt and honey?
I think Connie's gonna love it.
I mean, I did an Instagram live of like my entire drive from Jersey to Florida in the beginning of spring training, which, by the way, feels like it was like 100 years ago at this point, but that was early February, and beef jerky kept me going a lot during that drive.
Nice.
We did straight down Jersey to Florida. I think it took us about 18 hours, so I'm a big fan of beef jerky.
All right, we'll mail you some down. Now, wait, before you go, give me I know, and I want everybody to pick this Mission 27, and Bryan's got another book out called Baby Bombers. They're both great. Mission 27 is the one we were just talking about, where you told a lot of stories about this. You got a lot of former players from the 2009 championship team to come and give you stories. This is a great read. You can relive baseball, as Bryan was saying, but as you're reliving baseball, Bryan, I want you to give me your prediction. Do you think we're going to have a semblance of a season? When do you think that's going to happen?
Can't tell you when. I would just be guessing, but I do believe that we are going to have some kind of major league season, whether it's a 50, 60, 70, 80 games, whether it's a round-robin tournament, something weird like March Madness. I think that when we look back at 2020, it's going to be this bizarre year, and you can't compare it to any other season, so I wouldn't even try. I think it's just going to be different.
Well, if they do that, if they go into a shortened season, will that then culminate into a World Series or a championship series with an asterisk next to it?
Look, I think that whatever team is going to play that number of games and win in some kind of championship deserves to celebrate. So I think, can you compare it on equal footing to the 2019, 2018, 17, 16? No, probably not. It's just going to be the outlier, but that team deserves to celebrate, so I'm okay with them getting the World Series trophy. I like that. And, I think we need sports, and we need some kind of diversion right now. Obviously, it's not the most utmost thing, but we need sports, and so I can't wait to be a part of it when it comes back.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I think people are just sick of looking at the reruns all the time on MLB Network, So.
Well, the ones we won, I'm not sick of watching. I can watch those all the time.
There you go.
But I will come down. If you're down in Tampa, I'll come down and visit. We'll have that dinner, I promise you. And if not, I'll see you at the stadium. As always, we appreciate you coming on and helping out Hometown Heroes. I hope this was fun for you, and I hope to see you soon.
Thanks,
anytime.
Bryan. Really
Thanks, guys. You stay safe up there, and thank you again to everybody who's working in the hospitals, everybody on the front lines, the first responders. You guys are the real heroes.
Thank you, Bryan. We'll see you soon, all right, buddy?
Thank you.
You got it. Take care.
Right. Bye-bye. There you go. Oh, you got to hit that song. I promised Susie Yango. Susie Yango sent us a song today. It's a baseball song. It's an original song. And
Yeah, I have that
there
song.
we go here. Bum, bum, bum,
Hopefully
bum,
the
bum.
song doesn't, kick us off today. So
Oh, I gotta look where Susie sent it to me. No, it shouldn't, because Facebook does that. We'll just play a couple bars here. I want to make. Where's Susie? This is
called Subway by Jim Nuzzo.
Thank you. Subway by Jim Nuzzo. As I have to look at my notes because we're doing this live. But thank you, Jim, for sending this in.
All right.
You can leave it in the background. That's fine. Bryan Hoch, great guy, great family. What a nice guy. And I definitely pick up this book when you get a chance. Mission 27. Bryan's such a great supporter of sports and hometown heroes and charities. And I encourage you to pick it up. It'll be something to do in quarantine. And once you read it in quarantine or isolation, you can recommend this to your friends. So it's always good to have Bryan on. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Bryan's an awesome guy. I know Bryan's having a birthday soon coming up, and
Bryan already had his birthday.
he had his birthday.
He had his birthday.
I wonder if I wonder if Connie ever got him.
I
the
texted
video
him a
game
couple
system.
days ago for his birthday.
It was his birthday.
And then I went,
yeah.
Bryan Hoch would be the best first guest on this version of a Tonight Show thingy that we've been doing.
Yeah, I think Bryan Hoch deserves another round of applause.
And a shout out to Randy Marie. Thank you, Randy Marie, for writing in. We can see comments. If anybody wants to write in, feel free. We've got, what's that? Our producer's yelling at me. Oh, yeah? All right. Fantastic. Well, once again, I'm going to shout out before we get to our next guest on our sponsor,
Trading Post Jerky.
I don't know if I want to try the carne asada yet, but I do like which one would you like? You like the teriyaki?
The bacon.
You like the
didn't try
apple?
that yet.
I did try that. Here, you can have the
Let me
apple
try
smoked
that.
bacon, and I'll eat the teriyaki.
Okay.
You guys in the production room? I know we're social distancing. Anybody want some jerky? All right. You want to try the? You want to try one of these? How about this sea salt and honey? I'm gonna throw it out. Oh, okay.
All right.
Almost killed the studio. All right.
So if you haven't done so, all we ask of you, whatever page you're streaming on here today, comment. We want to hear your comments. We want some feedback as well, because we're going to be doing this every Friday at 7 p.m. going live with Hometown Heroes.
Jesus Christ. You gonna be all right? You gotta go to the hospital? You got
We should not be
coronavirus?
coughing.
He's got a dry cough, everybody. We might have to
Terrible.
take him to the hospital. He may have coronavirus. You should wear your mask in the studio.
Listen, now we have to sanitize this whole DJ setup over here.
I'm not touching the DJ setup.
So I think we have another guest coming in. Is that right, Mike? We are. All right.
All right, good. We got yeah?
Yeah.
No, he's going to call him up here. So our next guest, guys, you all know from 1979, a hit song, Rapper's Delight. My good friend, and the entire group is good friends of ours, the Sugar Hill Gang. We have Wonder Mike. Of course, Henry can't be here tonight, and neither could Diamond, but Wonder Mike and Flo are isolating in their home away from coronavirus. And we're going to have Wonder Mike. You got a little Wonder Mike? Oh, you can't play that. We'll get banned. There they are. Hey, it's Wonder Mike and Wonder Flo. I know Flo hates when I call her that, right?
Yes. How you doing?
What's up?
How you guys doing?
Great.
Doing good.
It's so nice to see you. It's been a few months now, hasn't it?
Yes, it's been way too long. Yeah.
And you still owe me that dinner at the Italian place we went to a few times.
Oh, definitely. Can't wait for that. Right? Can't wait to get out of the house and do that.
Now,
Flo, happy Good Friday, and Mike, you
Yeah,
too.
happy Good Friday.
Definitely.
Yeah.
yeah, happy Easter, guys. I know you've been working hard. I know, Flo, you've been working from home, right?
Yeah, definitely. Still working from home. Thank God.
You want to tell everybody in the audience what you do for a living, Flo?
Sure. I am a insurance agent, and that involves life insurance, is what I've been doing for about 6 years now. And then a little over a year ago, I got involved in doing Medicare health insurance plans for the senior market. So anyone that's over 65 that is entitled to Medicare, Part A and Part B, I help them with their health insurance plan.
All right. Now, only New York, right? New York or?
Yeah, you know what? With the life insurance, I'm in a couple of different states like Florida and New Jersey. But with the Medicare, I have my hands full with New York. You know, every
you do. I bet
every
you do.
bar.
Now, full
That's true.
disclosure, we've all been friends for many years, and we hang out outside of this. But you guys have also been very, very good, big supporters of Hometown Heroes, and we were supposed to be this month in Australia.
Ah,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Michael, this does not look like Australia.
I don't think so. I'm still waiting for the call. No, it's not happening. They're getting ready to go into fall.
Yeah.
As
Are
we
you
go
that far
into
out?
spring and then summer, it's the opposite seasons. So
Right. But what about your bookings? I mean, you're booked out months in advance. The gang, and by the way, the Sugar Hill Gang is probably, I don't want to say more popular overseas, but you guys draw some incredible crowds. Singapore, Australia. I mean, you're talking thousands of people when you guys perform overseas. What does your tour schedule look like moving forward?
Yeah, what's happening?
let's see, zero, nothing. Everything's canceled or postponed. We have a few postponed gigs, but a lot of them were canceled. It's ironic because with our business, a packed house is a good thing, and with the social distancing, everyone has to keep either indoors or away from each other. So we have to lay low for now, which I don't mind because it saves lives.
Yes.
How are you all handling that in New York, and what are you seeing, and how is this affecting you personally?
Well, you know what? They said domestic violence was up in New York, Long Island a couple of weeks ago, literally like 10%, so
Crazy.
I know, I just got off the phone with one of my friends before this, and her partner are arguing like crazy, right? And I think we decided that we weren't going to do that, because, listen, you're in a tight space all day long. And, to me, this time has made me appreciate the little things, right? And not take things for granted. The most important thing you have in your life is your health. You don't have your health, you don't have anything. We have a roof over our head. We have food on the table. We're not worried about how we're going to pay the mortgage or, those things. So I said, you know what? We're home. We're safe. We're healthy. We're blessed. All our family and friends, for the most part. I heard a couple of my friends had the corona. Christina Fontanelli, but thank God she's doing better. She announced it on her website as well, so it's out there. But to me, I took it as a time of self-reflection. Because if you don't come out of this changed, it's unlike anything we've ever experienced before in our lifetime. If you come out bitter or, not a better person, then you need to do something. If you have your health and, you have a roof over your head, you have to be appreciative of the things that you have. So me, that's kind of what it's brought for me.
Are you guys ready to kill each other yet?
No,
No,
no, it's
not yet.
in fact, it's the exact opposite. We're both pretty pragmatic and practical people. So if we have to be inside, I mean, it's better to get along because there's no storming out and going to a movie or a bar and all that. No, there's none of that.
Yeah.
I figure we're not scientists. We're not medical people or immunologists or any of that. Our job and the world's job is to stay indoors. It's not magic, and people want to get outside. Well, the fastest way to get outside is to stay inside.
Do you have enough toilet paper?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. I just saw a video of a lady somewhere at some Dollar Tree. She bought out the whole stock of paper towels, napkins, and toilet paper, and they were in boxes on a pallet. And she bought the whole, stock of that one store. Ridiculous.
All I'm going to say about Dollar Tree
I hope she's
toilet paper
constipated.
or paper towels, it's going to be a rough time for her.
About 2 weeks ago, I thought Mike was out of his mind because one day he was a little neurotic. That one day he's like, we gotta plan on staying in until June. We gotta go out and buy enough food until June and toilet paper and and I was like, okay, he's a little crazy. And then like a few days later, as things started to get really bad here, I'm like, maybe he has a good point. So we kind of got enough toilet paper until June.
Mike was thinking.
Yeah.
We went out one night. We just braved it. We said, okay, we're going to put on our gloves and masks and do all this in one shot. I'll take the outer perimeter of the store, and you go in between the aisles. And we went to Walmart. It was packed. No, we weren't going in there. Another store, it was packed. So we went to one store that it was pretty big. It's a pretty big store, and there were about 10 people in there.
Key food.
So that was perfect.
Have you written a rap about this yet? About the coronavirus? I said a hip hop. Don't buy all the toilet paper, and you don't stop.
There's a fine line to walk between. There's a fine line to walk between between humor and reflection and being serious, because if you don't laugh at some point, just humorous interaction between people like this, electronically or by the phone or in person, you go stir crazy. In fact, all this heaped up on me personally. A few days ago, I took a break, and I got on YouTube and I looked up Bugs Bunny and the Flintstones. You kidding me? And I took an hour and watched that and decompressed. And we all have to deal with it. It's not going away. It's not a hoax.
Right. And we feel the same way. That's why I want to come out here and bring guests on and kind of reconnect with everybody in our community and talk and laugh, because we all have been so serious about, putting on masks and putting on gloves and are we going to catch this? And we're social distancing, which is something that we don't normally do. We like to, see each other and hug each other and have dinner and spend some time with each other. And now here we are trying to stay away from each other, which is the opposite of our instincts. So it's good to see you guys, at least here for now. But, it'd be nice to see you guys soon in person again.
In person.
Some couples have an excuse now to stay away from each other, right?
Yeah.
Looking for one.
So are you guys kind of used to being apart, because Mike is usually on the road and that kind of thing? So this kind of like put you back together. It's kind of like a weird scenario situation for you.
Yeah. Well, either he's gone for a very long time or he's home for a while. So it's kind of both, I get used to both. I get used to it when he's home. I get used to it when he's away. He is who he is. He does what he does. That's not going to change. Him being a performer and being on the road, and that's part of what he does. So of course I have to get used to it. But I'm a very independent lady, and when he's not home, I keep busy. I keep busy with my family, or go out with my friends, or just sometimes by myself. And I'm busy with work a lot with my clients, so I don't ever feel lonely. It's funny because when he's away, my girlfriends are like, "Oh, Mike's away. Do you want to go out and do something?" Or, "Oh, are you lonely?" I'm like, "No."
It takes a strong woman to be married to an entertainer. My wife, when I'm out DJing on the weekends and taking care of my daughter, I really say Denise is an amazing woman and an amazing person, because she kind of picks up all the pieces that I can't do on the weekends. And, I love her. And Mike, right? You love your wife.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Independent thinking people I've always been drawn to them.
Same
people
here.
that think for themselves. Hey, you're not looking at me. Really? Or a person that can't go to the movies by themselves. I might say, yeah, I just came from the movies. I saw Prince of the City or whatever. You went by yourself? Yeah. Really?
That was funny, because I have a couple of friends, like when I was quote unquote single, I used to go to the movies by myself. I'd go to the club by myself if I wanted
dinner.
I go for at a nice restaurant. It could be, a nice Italian restaurant. It could be a fast food. If I'm hungry and I want to eat, why should I have to eat at home alone if I just want to sit at the restaurant?
Speaking of eating,
Sometimes
do you
people
guys like beef jerky?
You know what? Mike likes beef jerky.
Without the salt.
If I'm
This
really
is
hungry,
this is from our sponsor, guys. This is
okay.
Trading Post Jerky, and you can order online and use a code MARKET for free shipping on your order. TradingPostJerky.com. I might send you a packet of beef jerky so you can hunker down and stay in quarantine and not starve.
What do you say about that?
Well, I've been eating a lot since I've been home, so why not have a little bit more? Come
All
on.
right.
I found out about beef jerky in the late 60s, moving to Texas with my family. And I saw beef jerky in a store, local 5 and dime. I said, what is this stuff? Oh, that's beef jerky, son. You got to try that. Where are you from? I said, New Jersey. And I tasted it, and I've been hooked ever since.
Yeah.
The only thing is you send
you'll
some
love.
cheddar cheese because I put cheddar cheese on everything.
Hey, that's your call. But I'm going to send you this. You're going to love this jerky from Trading Post Jerky. You notice how I got that in there a few times
Trading
just
Post
to make the
Jerky.
sponsor. Trading Post Jerky. I've made the sponsors happy.
His name is Jason. He's going to love us.
Jason's going to love me today. You better send me more jerky. I'm almost out of this.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I miss you guys. I can't wait to see you in person after this is all over. We'll go to dinner. And I can't wait to go to Australia.
Oh, me too.
Oh, man.
Mikey.
I was ready. I was so ready. I got my passport renewed. It's been my dream destination since I'm 11 years old, and I was so ready. Right? We've been talking about this forever.
We've been talking about it for at least almost a year now, I guess. And
Yep.
Mike gave me the scheduled tour, and I'm like, Chicago, nah. You're like, Seattle. I was like, nah. He's like, Australia. I said, I'm in. I'll go to Australia. Thank you guys so much for joining. You want to give us a quick wrap on the way out, make everybody happy?
Tell us about a new song, something.
They could do it together.
How about if we go to the classic that started it all?
Go for it.
I said a hip, hop, the hippie, dibby, hip, hop, you don't stop the rocket to the bang, bang, boogie. Said up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the big beat. Now what you hear is not a test, I'm a rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. Check it out and see I am Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello.
Hello.
To the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, and the purple, and yellow. But first I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie. Said up, jump the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop. Oh, wow. Everybody.
Yeah.
I tried to fit in.
Where's the
Be
audience?
safe with that,
That's
but,
it. Oh, yeah, the audience. Hold on. The audience.
There you go.
Wow.
Good job, guys. Good job. Nice backup flow. I like that.
Wow.
Thank you, guys. Be safe. Be careful. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right.
Good to see
Thank you guys for
you.
coming on.
You say
love you
everybody
guys.
be
Thanks.
safe.
Be
Stay
blessed
inside.
and be safe. Happy
You too. Don't
holidays.
miss a beat.
Passover.
Good night, guys. That's it. Wonder Mike, everybody. Do you like that, Mike West? DJ Mike West? Yeah, the producer loved that.
Our producer Mike West was smiling. That smile was like,
Well,
Ear
you-
to
how
ear.
many times
That's
have
awesome.
you
How many
played
times- yeah, you don't
that
hear
song
that.
in your lifetime? They probably played it like, I don't know, thousands of times, you guys, between the two of you. And you should be sending royalties down to my friend Wonder Mike, and you're not.
I just hope Facebook doesn't kick us off for the live version of it.
Yeah, right? Forget about the jerky. You should be sending Mike checks for the times you play that song.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys, you ready for our next guest? Oh,
Ah.
there it is. Trading.
Trading
One more
Post.
time. Trading Post Jerky. That is Jason.
Jason.
Right?
Yeah,
Trading
Jason
Post
Moses.
Jerky.com, and I'll say this one more time. Order online. Use the code MARKET for free shipping on your order. TradingPostJerky.com. Thank you, Jason.
And also just note, we're going to be doing this every Friday at 7 p.m. And, if you want a shout out, if you want your product on the show, we'll definitely push it. And you're part of our family. We want you to be part of our family, and we have no problem pushing your product. And hopefully we get some great things from this.
Thank you, Caitlin. I'm surprised you know that song at this point. I know that song. I grew up with that song. It was a great
I know
song.
that. Yeah.
I know you know it. You better know it. You play
I
it
should know it.
20,000 times.
Should know it.
Trading Post Jerky. You ready for our next guest? Mike's getting our next guest. Yeah,
Bobby Collins.
let's get. We got on the show coming up in just a second here. As soon as Mike dials him in, we have a great comedian who's been around for many, many years. He's performed at the White House. I can't tell you how many times and for how many different presidents. He could probably tell us now. He's got a book out. He's a published author. He's coming to us live from, I think, Santa Monica, California tonight. You have him up? There he is, Bobby Collins, everybody.
Bobby.
What, can we hear Bobby? Here we go. Let's see.
Hey, Bobby.
Say hi,
can
Bob.
You do me a favor? Bobby, can you turn your phone the other way?
Oh, thank you.
Hey, here we go. How you
Can
doing,
hear
buddy?
me? I'm great. How are you guys?
We're good.
We're here.
Oh, so you can hear me. Oh my God, look at this country, huh?
Thank you for coming on, Bobby.
I was walking around. I didn't have a mask. Everyone was looking at me. This lady gave me a Kotex with a rubber band.
It's okay. I was wearing a slice of pizza on my face earlier, so.
And domestic violence is up high. I haven't been home for 4 weeks and 40 years. I woke up, my wife had a gun to my head.
You're in Santa Monica, Bob?
Santa Monica, California. Oh my God.
You couldn't pick a better place to quarantine than that.
It is. It's like these people. Oh my God, I'm a vegan. Oh, I'm lactose intolerant. You know.
You know how many people I told you were going to be on the show tonight? They're like, oh, he's my favorite comedian. You know, I had a list of people that are going to be watching this right now or later because you're their favorite. And we had a chance to work together again just about, I guess, I don't know, it was 2-3 months ago. And this wasn't even on the radar.
Oh God. Look at our country. No leadership, no vaccine, no communication, but we all have toilet paper. Does toilet paper cure cancer? Oh my God.
It's crazy. People are hoarding the dumbest things right now.
So dumb.
And I had the same experience a couple minutes ago. I went downstairs before the show, went to grab a slice of pizza, and I couldn't get in because I didn't have a mask on, and people were kind of shaming me that I didn't have a mask on. But
Is that right?
yeah, it's incredible.
I know. Don't touch your eyes. Don't touch your nose. Don't touch your mouth. I had to pee. I had to use my elbows. Not very steady.
Bobby, how many times have you performed at the White House?
I performed twice. One for the Obamas and one for our present president. When
Okay.
he became president, me and Celine Dion performed. Money doesn't discriminate. People do.
Wow.
But they have plenty of toilet paper at the White House.
You know, orange is the new black.
That's going to get us in trouble.
Oh, God.
Stop it. I'm not going to get you in trouble.
It's all right.
We're going to get better viewers from this.
Yeah, I
now.
know,
That's
I know.
why. Bobby's helping us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Bobby, you got a book out. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's called On the Inside, Wittisms and Wisdomisms, about the lessons I've learned growing up doing comedy for 40 years. You know, what goes around comes around. God first, family second, career third. Put one ahead of the other. You always got to get back on where you get off. You know,
That's
all
true.
the things that we were brought up with and lessons, and I've applied them in my life. And thank God they work. So I told about them and told fun stories of how I navigated on my journey in life.
Yeah. Well, you know, for a guy like you, I think about you often quite, you know, I think about comics who, you know, you travel, you do like 200 plus shows per year.
I know. And
Okay,
I haven't been home for 4 weeks in my life. Oh my God. Oh, it's killing me. I miss it. I miss standing up on a stage in a theater and holding up a mirror and letting the people see themselves through my words. And we have a lot of fun. The last show I worked, the Count Basie Theater over in Red Bank.
Okay.
Right near us.
Yeah.
Love it. The people in Jersey are the best. And the heroes are even better.
Yeah, we
We
definitely
appreciate
agree.
that. We're in an undisclosed location in New Jersey. We can't tell anybody we're here because we don't want to get shamed for, being in a studio or not wearing a mask in studio.
Bobby thinks that we're in New York if by our background.
Oh, that's true. We're in New York.
We're in New York.
Right.
Bobby.
But I like that separation thing, though, 6 feet. I work on a stage. People are over there. And you know as well as I do in life, you come across people that have changed. So 6 feet, you can go, hey, too close, move back. And then if they get close, elbow in the head, elbow.
You do a lot of physical comedy in your act.
Yeah, I like to have fun. Use your body. Have fun about it.
No, you put on a great show. I mean, like everybody, you talked to Bobby Collins. You were on the Tonight Show for how many different hosts? Every host.
Every host.
Wow.
Jay, Johnny, Jimmy, all great guys.
What was Johnny Carson? What was that like to be on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson?
Well, I got to tell you, I was a little nervous. They came over to me before you go out, and they go, remember, chances are he won't call you over to sit down on the couch. But just in case, we're going to have 2 or 3 questions that we can have lead in for your material. I go, okay, and I gave him the questions. And after I did my bit, he was cracking up, banging the desk. He goes, get over here. And I went over there, and out of nowhere, he goes, Bobby, do you have any animals? Do you have a dog? And that wasn't none of the questions.
Okay.
And we had just gotten the dog, so I went off on just off the cuff on about my dog. How he looks. Hey, hello, Bobby. How are you, Bobby? Next thing you know, I got a job working for the National Dog Society in St. Louis.
Wow.
It's so, doing this, Bob, it's so, I miss being on stage too and having that live interaction with the audience, because doing this and having a slight delay where you're trying to hear everybody and like leaning in, it's just not quite the same. This social distancing thing is kind of getting to all of us at this point. It's getting old.
It is. And I watch some comics on Facebook or YouTube and trying to, glad that they're doing things to help out. But the comedy without an audience in the front or talking to some friends like we're doing, the other way it doesn't work. This conversation stuff, it works better. Or I see these guys on Facebook alive and they're just talking and talking. Yeah. Oh, God. You know what I mean.
We have a laugh track at least.
Yeah. Wait, Bobby, just listen. Hold on. You know what? Tell me a joke. Give me a joke. I don't know.
He doesn't do jokes. He does bits.
Bits. I don't know.
Thank you. That's great.
Right?
Use it.
Yeah. Well, what are you booing Bobby Collins for?
I just wanted to show him.
Bobby, hit the wrong button. Don't mind him. He's an amateur.
No.
There you go. So now, are you canceled out through the summer? Are we holding on to like fall dates? How is this all working?
I've already lost 3 months worth of work, $200,000.
Jeez.
And I've been home 4 weeks, and I put on about 186 pounds.
Well, they call it the COVID-19 because everybody's going to gain 19 pounds.
Isn't it amazing? And I got to tell you, I've learned a lot. I have a little special needs daughter. My daughter, she's 25, but she's very low functioning. She doesn't walk. She doesn't talk. So for the last 4 weeks, I kid about everything, but our relationship has really blossomed. And for us to be home, every night we have a fire. We sit, we laugh. I cuddle up to her. She loves her daddy. I love her to pieces. So it's kind of like a plus for this whole thing that's going on.
Yeah. That's nice.
It is.
Well,
but the stories we hear on television and this and that and nobody's got anybody, so they're throwing bodies in trucks in New York, or oh God, it breaks your heart.
Yeah, I mean, we had a pretty bad week here in New Jersey, New York, and we're trying to lighten it up a little bit because this is all we've been focused on is just doom and gloom. And there's a lot of folks out there who are positive, who are recovering just fine. And there's a lot of families on the opposite side of that who have been suffering quite a bit. So we want to try and enlighten everybody, laugh a little bit, try to get back to some sense of normalcy while we're going through all this, because it's a tough time for everybody. Is California any better than the Northeast right now?
It's a lot better. I live in a little town called Santa Monica. It's like a bubble. These things. People are walking. I've never seen more people walk in the middle of the street before, and people are very uptight here because of they're privileged and this and that. I was walking the street the other day with my daughter in a wheelchair, and I had some peanuts and I got one caught, and I just went, and it came up and I caught it. And this guy in the middle of the street, what the hell are you coughing? I don't. And I'm looking at him. I go, pal, calm down. And then I'm being from New York, New Jersey area. I looked at him. I said, go fuck yourself.
Bobby,
you gotta tell him.
I saw, before the show, I'm always, doing a little research on all the guests and everything. And I went on your Instagram. The first video I saw, you're walking down the street with your pants down.
You know what? Since I've been home, I've done about 12 videos of just fun things.
I love it.
Like with a wig on and sitting by a fireplace, and then they pan over. It lightens. I can't believe in my life, and my daughter takes them of me, the response we've gotten around the country based on those. And I said, oh my God, people really need to laugh and lighten up and take life so serious. Calm down. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Turn the television off. Don't listen to these leaders. Oh, this guy's the president. This guy. Stop it. Listen to your hearts. It's the inside out, not the outside in.
Yeah. Where can people find you? Where's most of your stuff up? Instagram?
You go to Instagram, Facebook. I'm doing this new thing starting on Monday. Very similar to what you guys are doing with two of my opening acts when I work stages, theaters across the country. Chris Roach and John Ziegler, and we're going to just call it, Bobby's Quarantine 3, and just laugh and tell like we're doing now. I think that's what that does for people. It brings their anxiety and their stress level down, and it makes it come back. Because you got to remember, a lot of people are holed up in there alone, whether it be an apartment or a house. And if they crack a little, it's coming out.
I'm going to make a note of that, Bobby. It's the two other openers that you called to do that besides Mike Schwartz. I'll remember that. Let me just make a note.
Mike, stop.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
I'll have you on. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'll fly out to California. I just want to get out of here right now.
I don't think you're allowed to go on a flight either way. So.
Oh my God! Is it amazing what's happening? It's funny. I have an older daughter who's like so uptight, and we were during 9/11. She was 9 years old. She looked at me, and she looked at me and she said, "Hey, Dad, are we going to die?" I was like, "No, we are not. We're going to live. We're going to love. We're going to laugh." And then she said this. Fast forward 20 years, Mike, and I got to tell you, during this thing when it happened, she goes, "Dad, are we going to die?" I go, "No, we're not. We're all going to die one day, but not from this virus. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to love. We're going to help everybody. We're going to do the right thing. And that's what we're here for. So have faith. It'll all work out."
We have to have faith. It's Easter weekend. It's Passover. I just can't believe that this pandemic is happening on these holy holidays.
I know. And my wife, she's from Italy, Italian, hairy woman. We vacuum a lot.
Well,
People
Bobby,
think we have cats.
Yeah. Bobby, give the best to your family, your daughters, everybody at home. Stay safe. We hope to see you soon back here in New Jersey. And I'll even open for you still after knowing that I got shafted on the list over
here.
Oh
my God! Would you stop it?
I'm just kidding.
Pleasure.
Well,
And
Bobby,
thank
if you're
you
looking
very
for a
much
DJ for your
having
shows, you know where to find them. Right here in New Jersey.
And we'll give out a quick shout out to Susie Yango here while we're here.
Yeah, Susie was great. She called me up. She goes, "Bobby, these guys, of course, let's do it.
No, I
Let's
know.
have fun."
She's what?
Before Bobby leaves.
Yeah.
Right in front of you.
Oh, Bobby, before you go, I
Yes.
have to shout out. This is our sponsor. This is called Trading Post Jerky. And if you want to go online, you could order this. Use the code MARKET for free shipping on your order. TradingPostJerky.com. I want to thank Jason. We can ship some of this out to California if you guys are starving. We've been eating plenty of it tonight. It's great.
Ton.
And
It's great.
they are starving out here. And yes, we need it. Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby. We'll see you soon. All right, buddy?
You got it. Thanks, guys.
All right, good night.
Cheers.
Bobby Collins. Bobby's the best. Bobby's been around for such a long time. Well, it's going to sound old if I say it that way, but Bobby does well over 200 shows a year. He's a phenomenal comedian. You should Google Bobby Collins, check his act out, and next time he comes through town, definitely go visit Bobby Collins. Maybe I'll be opening for him. We'll see. I don't know now. But it was so gracious for him to come on. And I want to thank Susie Yango again for helping organize that today. I want to thank our guests, Wonder Mike and Flo, of course. And, of course, our good friend Bryan Hoch. Don't forget to pick up Mission 27 and Baby Bombers, because now you can read both of them since you're going to be in quarantine for another 4 months, according to Phil Murphy. We're going to be here until 2022.
Well, that's okay, because we'll be here every Friday at 7 p.m. at this undisclosed New York location.
Right.
As you can tell. So, Mike, this is awesome.
It's a pleasure. It's good to see you, buddy.
Absolutely.
Thank everybody for tuning in. If anybody wants to suggest anything, anybody wants to call in, send us a note. We're happy. We'll be here next Friday with some more guests. We're trying to confirm a bunch of people. I'm not sure who yet, but we have a couple really cool ones coming.
Well, you said Lizzo.
I did say Lizzo, but well, if you know Lizzo, give her a call and tell her she'd come on the show.
That'd be awesome.
I want to thank Mike West, of course, and DJ Expert Live Studio, of course, AJH Entertainment, and Trading Post Jerky.
Thanks,
Thank you all
Jason.
for tuning in tonight. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace, love, and happiness. We'll see you soon.
Play
Thanks.
some music.
That's it.
Hey, we kept.